Students, in this video we will discuss about algorithm and flowchart. Algorithm is a logical sequence of steps for a program. It is written in simple English language. You can think of a programming algorithm as a recipe that describes the exact step needed for the computer to solve a problem or reach a goal. We have all seen food recipe. They list the ingredients needed and set up a step for how to make the described meal. An algorithm is just like that. In computer lingo, the word for a recipe is a procedure and the ingredients are inputs. Your computer looks at your procedure, follows it to the letter, and you get to see the result, which are called output. A programming algorithm describes how to do something, and your computer will do it exactly that way every time. It will, once you convert your algorithm into a language it understands. It is important to note that a programming algorithm is not computer code. It is written in simple English. It does not beat around a bush. It has a start, a middle, and an end. In fact, you will probably label the first step start and the last step end. It includes only what you need to carry out the task. It does not including anything unclear, often called ambiguous in the computer lingo, that someone reading it might wonder about. It always leads to a solution and try to be the most efficient solution we can think of. Algorithm helps in understanding the flow of the intended program easily. Another advantage of algorithm is to use it to develop its graphical form called flowchart. Now let's see the advantages of algorithm. It is a set of steps arranged in a logical sequence as a solution to a given problem. It makes it easier to create the graphical representation of the program flow called flowchart. It is human language, hence easy to understand. It is easy to find logical errors since a step has its own logical sequence. Let's see the first example of algorithm. To calculate the sum of three numbers. So for that, algorithm is first start, here our program starts, then input three numbers in three variables x, y and z, then calculate the sum of three numbers, it means x plus y plus z, then print the sum, whatever it is. This is your result, and at last stop. Let's see another example. To find the greater of two numbers. Here again, first of all, we have to write the start to start a program. Then input two number in x and y variable. Then compare both x and y values. If both are equal, then it will go to step 5. Step 5 will print both are equal and go to step 8. That's a stop. Here it means it's the end of program. But if x and y are not equal, then it goes to step 4. Here at step 4, it again compare x is greater than y or not. If x is greater, it go to step 6. Here it will print x is greater and go to step 8. That's the end of program. But if x is not greater than y, then it goes to step 7. Here it will print y is greater and go to step 8. That's the end of program. Now let's discuss about the flowchart. A flowchart is a graphical representation of steps of an algorithm. It is a set of different type of boxes and symbols that are connected with arrows or flow lines. It is a diagram that uses a set of standard graphic symbols to represent the sequence of coded instructions fed into a computer, enabling it to perform a specified logical or arithmetical operations. It is a great tool to improve work efficiency. Some common blocks and symbols used to create a flowchart are First one is oval shape. It represents the start or end point. Then it's a parallelogram. It represents input or output. If we want to take input or display the output in a program, then you have to use this symbol. It's a rectangle. It represents a process. A process is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Here flow lines. It determines the flow through the chart. They show the direction in which the program moves. It's a decision box. It checks any condition in the program. Decision is the action or process of deciding something or of resolving a question. It's a connector. It connects one part of flowchart to another. If our program is text into 2 or more pages, then we can use connector to connect them. Now let's see the advantages of flowchart. Flowcharts are an easier way to depict the logic of the program. Flowcharts being graphical helps greatly in problem analysis. Flowcharts of any program are good for documentation and later reference. A flowchart helps in debugging process. So these are the advantages of flowchart, but it has limitations also. For complex, large program flowchart become complex and difficult to follow. If alterations are required, the flowchart may require redrawing completely. So these are limitations of flowchart. Now let's discuss about the flowchart designer application Dia. Dia is an easy to use free flowchart designer. This is the window of Dia application. The interface is a menu bar, a standard menu bar with various menus. It's a standard toolbar. It provides quick tools like new, open, save, print, and export diagram, etc. It's a drawing canvas. It is the largest blank area where you can draw the desired diagram. Then these are tools. All the blocks and connectors you need are available in the toolbox. If you want to draw a flowchart in Dia, then click on desired block in the toolbox and drag with mouse on the canvas. The block will be drawn. Let's see some editing tools in Dia. First, the arrow tool. It is used to move the shape around on the canvas. Text edit tool. It is used to type text inside the block or press F2 key on the keyboard to type inside the block. They are connectors. They used to connect the block with lines and arrows. This is line width. It is used to set line thickness. Here arrow styles. It is used to set the desired arrow style. For font, line and color settings, double click on the desired block to edit its property. When you double click on that block, this dialog comes in your screen. Here you can change the line width, line color, fill color, draw background, line style, etc. And Then click on OK button to apply. You can file menu, then export option to export a chart as in image. Now let's see how to convert algorithm into flowchart. To convert an algorithm into a flowchart, pick up each statement in the algorithm and find the suitable matching block of the flowchart. Then connect them from top to bottom or left to right as the space on the paper allows. Generally, flowcharts are usually drawn from top to bottom. First example. To convert an algorithm into flowchart to calculate the sum of three numbers. Here is algorithm. First start, then input three numbers in x, y and z variable. Then calculate the sum. Like this, sum equal to x plus y plus z. It means the addition of x, y and z is stored in sum. Then print the variable sum. Print the value of sum. Then stop. The flowchart of this algorithm is first start. Here we use oval shape to start the flowchart. Then take input in parallelogram box. Just input three numbers in x, y and z. Then in a process box, sum equal to x plus y plus z. It means addition of x, y and z is stored in sum variable. Then print the value of sum. And at last stop. Let's see another example to convert a algorithm into a flowchart to find the area of a rectangle. Here is algorithm. First start, then input length and breadth in the variable L and B. Then calculate the area of rectangle. Here is the formula L into B, means the length into breadth. It is stored in area variable. Then print the area. At last stop. For this flowchart is first start, then in input box input length and breadth in variable L and B. Then in process box calculate the area of rectangle, that's the length into breadth. It means the length is stored in L and breadth is stored in B. So area equal to L into B. Then print the value of area. At last stop. So that's all for today. In next video we will discuss about some decision making in flowchart. Thank you.